Canvas blueprints in the dust, back room roaring, broken teeth and rust, chain link press, swing and miss, call it pain, I call it this. Step in, step down, hear that floor shake now, hands up, heads low, something's coming round. Welcome to the wreck. Welcome to the wreck. We came for the wreck. We came for the wreck. Hit me hard.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 10 of the Retro Wrestling Review ECW Podcast. I'm Gene Jackson, along with Brandon Wheeler, your new favorite podcaster, and we are ready to jump into the June 8th, 1993 episode of ECW. Brandon, how you doing this week, man?
Doing great, man. Fired up. This is going to be a great episode. This is a big change. So,
technically, there's only been a week past since the last episode, but we both know this is a whole new set of tapings. This is the first set of TV tapings that aren't going to be coming from the Cabrini Fieldhouse in Easton, Pennsylvania. This is actually going to be at the ECW Arena. And this show, it just has a whole different feel, not only being in the arena, but just kind of the way it's edited and the way they throw some things in here and there throughout the show. It just very different than what we've seen so far. And we'll be the judge of whether it's better or worse or indifferent or whatever. We'll talk about that at the end, but not a lot to talk about here on the front end. So I say we'll just go ahead and get this thing going, and we'll talk about it as we go along, and we'll recap some things at the end. But here we go.
Another week of the Sports Channel intro.
Yeah, so we know these aren't the WWE Network versions. We're getting the original version as they aired on Sports Channel in Philadelphia. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. It's always kind of weird to me. I mean, the footage quality is better to watch the network's versions, but the way they, change out the music and fuck with the audio some and clip things out that if you didn't know they weren't, supposed to be there, you would never know that they were missing. But
right.
Welcome to the new ECW Arena in the heart of
got that new hand-drawn Eastern Championship Wrestling banner.
We're slowly improving it. It's still hand-drawn, but it's the entire name, not just the letters.
See, we can spell.
Why don't we say, here he is, the man that has brought Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Magnificent Muraco, and Superfly Jimmy Snuka to prominence.
So I don't like this. We didn't even start with Stevie and then have Paul Lee come run him off. We just start with Paul Lee.
Yeah, we were talking over it, but he says he calls him his broadcast partner or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So, I guess that was a sign of the times.
Yeah, I don't like that. But
battle royal to crown the inaugural Pennsylvania State Heavyweight Champion. That's right. Not only do we have the King of Philadelphia, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, but we will have here tonight and brand new.
We're already calling Eddie the King of Philadelphia before the big battle with Terry Funk here.
The tag team titles and the heavyweight title will be on the line tonight,
wow.
folks. And let's talk about the heavyweight champion, the Magnificent Muraco, magnanimous enough to give a rematch to the former, and he will be former when
magnanimous. That's a big word.
They should have dropped Magnificent, just called him the Magnanimous Muraco.
No kidding.
The president of the ECW, Mr. Todd Gordon. Todd, welcome.
Good to see you, Jay. It's a pleasure to be here.
Want to tell you what I'm holding in my hands right here, Mr. Dangerous. Holding hot stuff Eddie Gilbert's crown, the King of Philadelphia. Saturday night, June the 19th, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert against Terry Funk in a Texas Chain Match Massacre. The winner of that match will be crowned by me, the King.
So I'm guessing.
Crowned by you, the King of Philadelphia. We might as well right now hand the crown over to the new King of Philadelphia.
What a rush.
Here he comes.
Remind me to say something about that crown once we get past.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest stars in the history of the sport is here in the Welcome to the ECW.
Well, thank you very much. First of all,
I'd be nervous interviewing him swinging around with those spikes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Got the last name
Todd never flinches. I mean, never even.
No.
passing some lousy bad gaps. You know something? It's so nice to come to the Eastern Championship.
They really like their fart jokes in Pennsylvania.
Well, they do.
Fresh meat to beat. And I got some here.
Whoa.
Looking for some fresh meat to beat.
Yeah, sorry to mean to talk over that one.
Who don't think this is the real deal? You all come on down and give it a try.
Todd Gordon is just inches from having his eye put out, and he is not flinching. Like you said, I'm impressed.
That's how far I'll shove him down your sticking throat.
Wow, that's Road Warrior Hawk here in the ECW, fans.
It's almost like Jay Sully was like, I'm not going to interview him. I got to be so many feet away from him. And Todd's like, fuck it, I'll talk to him. I don't care.
Let's take a quick look back at some of the history that these two gentlemen have had in the ECW. That means nothing to me.
We've seen all this before, so I'm going to dial the sound down a little bit. So I don't know for sure if that's the case, but that crown that Todd Gordon has, famously, the story's been told by her, and I think confirmed by Eddie at some point. At one time, knowing what a fan of Jerry Lawler Eddie Gilbert was, Missy bought one of Jerry Lawler's crowns off him to give to Eddie as like a birthday gift for Christmas or something, and wanted him to have one. And I don't know if this is actually one of those crowns, like that crown that she gave him from Lawler, or Eddie just got one made like it, or what. But that was my first thought when I seen Todd Gordon carrying that crown. I was like, I wonder if he's actually using that crown here, or if he got another one.
That would have been awesome. Very possible. I mean, how many?
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go to get a crown like that? You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think you just go buy them off the shelf somewhere. I mean, I know there was like a lady that made those for Lawler for years. All the different ones you seen him wear in Memphis.
Yeah, let's hear it for the legend. Come on in here, Terry.
How you doing, Todd? It's a pleasure being here. I wanted to come out here and explain to these people and the people in Philadelphia a little bit about a Texas Chain Match.
June the 19th.
June the 19th. And what this match is, it's a match where there's no stopping because of blood. Falls do not count. Falls can
I don't
be
think I like the
taken in
nice
ring
Terry
on
Funk
the floor.
promos.
There can be one
No.
to 100 falls.
Feels strange.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Hello, hello, hello.
Easy does it.
Hello, Mr. Funk. It is a pleasure to see you here in person. How are you?
I'll say one thing for him.
Easy, Terry.
When you get done watching this show, you damn sure know what date that show's happening. You hear June 19th quite a few times here.
I know how much
Rightfully
pride
so.
you have being from Texas.
Yeah.
You know, sir, before
It's
your
awesome.
big chain match with Eddie Gilbert, if you don't mind, on behalf of a very close personal friend of mine, I'd like to challenge you to a match with the Dark Patriot. No, not me, no, not me, not me. I would love to have Paulie dangerously in the ring.
No, it's not me, sir. No, I'd like to challenge you to a match on behalf
of the Dark Patriot. If you don't mind, he'd like to fight you before your chain match with Eddie Gilbert, because I know
He just said Dark Patriot the way he'd say Brock Lesnar. Dark Patriot.
He wants to challenge me to a match.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've never turned down a challenge in my life, and who is this Dark Patriot anyhow? I want you to tell me who he is. Am I supposed to be afraid of him? Ooh, I am really afraid of the Dark Patriot. Wow, that guy scares me. Of course I'll accept the challenge. Tell me who he is. I'm not afraid of any man. I've never turned down a challenge before, and I'm not turning down one tonight. Have you got him out here or where? I'll wrestle him. I'll fight him anytime.
Tell you what, I'll go tell him. Thank you for accepting the challenge. You are a real man. It's a pleasure to see you. You're great, and I'm gone.
Typical Paulie Dangerously, Terry. But I'll tell you one thing right now. If he's in Paulie Dangerously stable, well, I'm sure not worried about him, so bring him on anytime he wants to come.
We'll be right back.
It's maybe one of those spliced together shows because there's some like drastic changes in the sound and picture quality at different times.
I noticed that as well. Hawk coming out to Motley Crue.
Yeah, I'm shocked he's not. I mean, that makes me think this is an edited version that he didn't come out to Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't know I think it was the very first PWI 500. It may have been like the second one, but Don E. Allen was notable for being number 500 in the PWI 500 in one of those early. That was like his claim to fame. Like he would eventually call himself Mr. 500, Don E. Allen.
That's awesome.
Samoan Warrior is actually part of the quote unquote bloodline. Those tights are clearly borrowed from either Samu or Fatu because that's the exact kind they wore as the SST at one point. But I didn't look up what his relation is.
Never really get a good look at his face, but that's what I was trying to figure out too. If he was one of the family members, how they all kind of look like.
Yeah, I just remember Joe Vember to remember that got mentioned in there that he was actually one of them, but I didn't go back and listen to it again to try to hear whose nephew or cousin or whatever that he is. Doesn't really matter because he's a good job the fuck out here. There wasn't as much value in being a Samoan back in 1993 as there is in.
No kidding.
Good Lord. Oh, shit.
Victorious in his initial debut here in the ECW.
His initial debut, not to be confused with his later debut, I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's pain time. Oh, boy. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Oh, Lord. It's going to be
This man's like 35, 36 years old right here.
Right back in.
Yeah.
And right, stick it back out again.
Hawk Superfly Snuka in 1993 is going to be a barn burner, I'm sure.
And you can plainly see that. You know,
This may be the first Snuka match where we don't get the splash.
Deviated septums, bruised ribs, torn cartilage, floating pieces of bone chips. These are the things that my dreams are made of. These things that are my dreams are soon to be your nightmare. You got a TV title match, the match of your life. And you know what, Snuka? I don't care about you, your family, or your pet hamster, Fred.
It's funny because like you got Funk, Muraco, Snuka, Hawk. These are all guys from that era who only they could get away with like the promos that they do, and nobody rolled their eyes. They're just like, yeah, Pat Hamster, exactly.
Damn right.
Want to bring everyone outside here of the city of Philadelphia. No, this is not the Double Cross Ranch where Terry Funk took it to see Clyde, his horse, or have a drive up in a tractor and get off and try to have some hullabaloo looking person come up and say he's my brother from Tennessee. Terry Funk, we are very serious. We are now a week and a half away from your destiny of leaving professional wrestling. See, the people in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for a long time have looked for a hero, have looked for someone to look up to. They thought they had one in Charles Barkley, but he left them. They thought they had one in a Randall Cunningham, but he just can't cut the mustard. You see, the only person in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that is going to be somebody, that is going to be the big celebrity of the city, that will mean more than the mayor of the city himself, who now has enough to worry about now. You will have the king of Philadelphia, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, after the 19th, after I humiliate Terry Funk, send him out in the pasture where all good legends go. And when I walk out of the ring from the Texas Chain Match Massacre, and when I go down to my first Phillies game, just bow down to your new king.
I think if I was producing that, I'd have been like, hey, Eddie, why don't you take those glasses off? So, I mean, you don't really look like a dude that's fixing to win a chain match right now with those glasses. Like
or that hat.
Yeah, like you're fixing to coach softball or teach a class.
Over the top battle royal. How about a quick explanation of the rules, Paulie? Well, the rules are there are no.
So here's a battle royal for the prestigious, I'm sure, Pennsylvania State Heavyweight title. We've heard no mention of this title since we've been watching this since episode 1. We read all about year 1, and that's never been a thing. And then it's all of a sudden we're having a battle royal for another title. We got a TV title, we got a heavyweight title. Now we've got another singles title here. I don't know who that guy in the red mask is over there.
Yeah, we start seeing a lot of new characters pop in.
Yeah. There's a lot going on here, folks. I'm sorry if you're only listening to the audio. There's a lot of punching and chopping and whatnot, but it's kind of hard to describe it here.
You're not missing much.
No, you're not missing. I think the one guy is the Canadian werewolf, just without his dirty blue jeans on over his tights, because we've seen half those tights as his pants was falling down in almost every match. And I think finally somebody's just like, dude, just don't put the pants on. Okay, just.
Glenn Osborne, a nice headbutt to Max Thrasher under a hood in the ring. What are you watching? Watch the monitor. Look at Chris Candido. Sir Christopher Candido.
Max Thrasher under a hood. So that's Max Thrasher with that mask on? Is that what he meant by that? Because I did notice he was dressed like Max Thrasher.
There he is, squaring off with Lick.
I didn't even. Oh, yeah. Okay. You said I didn't even see this guy.
I was watching it earlier. Like I said, kind of scanned through it a little bit. And I was like, who's the guy in the mask? I'm like, he's wearing Max Thrasher's tights.
Gear.
You know, a lot of times people just swap gear for whatever reason. But, okay, he's wearing a mask for whatever reason. Cool. There's a Samoan Warrior just got squashed by Hawk in a handicap match. He might win the title. Probably not. Now, if you look real close, you see a referee. Rarely do you ever see referees in a battle royal. I don't know what the hell he's doing there, but that's our friend Kevin Christian from Memphis has finally made his way.
Awesome.
Philadelphia.
Man, I tell you what, masked men just don't like that punk, do they?
I don't know what the fuck he's doing in the ring in a battle royal, but
The Super Destroyers being a tag team, and say Larry Winter and Tony Stetson, another tag team. The Suicide Blade.
that would be so annoying to try to like stay out of everybody's way and not get hit in there. 'Cause you see how frequently he's having to move just to keep from being in the way.
Because maybe your partner's going to get greedy. Remember, two men can't.
Wild Man Belomo.
Hell yeah.
Down to you and your partner. You got to go for it.
No longer Super Destroyer 3.
Great to see maybe those two Super Destroyers as the last two big men in the ring. Look at the wild man Palomo. He doesn't care who he fights as long as he's in a fight.
All right.
And we head to commercial.
And we're back.
Get shoved right off. But meanwhile, he's using everything to his advantage.
Hitman Tony Stetson in there.
Cairo's taking a whale of a beating in this battle royal. The Iron Man, Tommy Cairo. We've got 9.
The Iron Man, Tommy Cairo.
Count 'em, 9. We've got both
Larry Winters is here with still no knee pads.
Larry Winters firing away on Chris Candido. Yeah, but he can't knock him over the top rope. And, you know, you can fire away all you want, but the object is to get rid of your opponent, not to dish out punishment.
For whatever reason, they decided to have a Pennsylvania state title. I know it doesn't stay around very long. You don't, I mean, I dare you right now to name one classic Pennsylvania heavyweight title match you've ever heard of in your life. I can't.
No, me either.
We'd have to hunt down one of them wrestling historians to tell us that, I guess.
Tossing Sal over the top rope to the hard concrete floor below. Well, it was Belomo's feeding time for
Starting to thin out finally. You can see what's going on.
Yeah.
The Wild Man headed back to the locker room for a little snack, huh, Paulie? Oh, Tony Stetson putting a big boot to the Samoan Warrior up on that ring buckle. Meanwhile, look at the collective effort of the Suicide Blondes, the ECW Tag Team Champions. You know, Hunter Q must be very proud of them. They just eliminated.
Well, there goes Masked Max Thrasher and almost JT Smith, but the Blondes are going to get him on out. Or maybe not. Yeah, they got it.
There it is.
The Suicide Blondes, he mentioned it to me earlier today, and he must be very, very proud of them. I don't know what he likes them personally very, very much. I don't know what the
They were planning on him going out, and he turned and hit the rope.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Oh, well, he
shit.
took the big back bump over. Good for him.
Smith, Philadelphia's favorite son, has been eliminated from this Pennsylvania State Heavyweight Championship Battle Royal. Paulie.
They had to have been pretty fond of Larry Winters at this point. Keep using him on top.
Yeah. He was technically, I forget what. No, he had been Booker, but he wasn't booking by the time Eddie came, and Max Thrasher had the ring. So I don't really know. He had his hooks in it some kind of way, but I don't know how. Oh my God, he just eliminated the tag champs.
Wow.
And his partner, though. Oh, no. Oh, Tony Stetson's pissed.
Whoa, we got a shove between the partners here. I don't like this attitude with Tony Stetson here. I think Larry Winters is trying to keep him inside the ring, trying to eliminate both the Suicide Blondes. And what's the matter with Tony Stetson here, but meanwhile, the Suicide Blondes doing a number on Iron.
So I guess this is how we get to our match with Tony Stetson and Larry Winters that made no sense a week ago when they started promoting it on the TV. Oh, he sucker punched him.
I mean, if that guy hits that hard, Larry Winters doesn't have a chance. We saw him hit the Super, wasn't it Super D or one of them guys, like 47 times.
I know. There we go. Wow, I was about to say, I've never seen anybody do a drop toe hold to take somebody over the top rope.
Tommy Cairo, Irish whip Larry Winters into the ring. Follows up with a couple nice knees to the midsection.
Finally. Took 3 tries.
Larry Winters over the top rope, and there it is. Tommy Cairo, the Iron Man, your first Pennsylvania State Heavyweight Champion.
Maybe that's why he didn't come out to Iron Man.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, there's only one Iron Man here. It's Tommy Cairo, and Hawk's like, who?
Now look at this. You see, Stetson realizes that he made a mistake, and he's coming over to apologize to his partner, Larry Winters. Temper's got the best.
All right, now this right here, if this isn't evidence of Eddie Gilbert booking, I don't know what is. All right, so they make peace. And now Tony Stetson's going to help his partner back to the back. This looks like when Ken Wayne was helping Danny Davis, and then he rammed his head into the ring post. You son of a bitch. That is a It's what Eddie did to Tommy.
I think he took out a family of 4 there too.
They did. And then he had Ken Wayne do it to Danny Davis, and now we've had Tony Stetson do it to Larry Winters. Patented Eddie Gilbert heel turn.
I don't think you can, Paulie. I don't like this attitude. I condone it. Don't tell me what I can and cannot do.
I don't know if I'd be a little nervous about Tommy Cairo picking. I was like, dude, you ain't gonna run me in the ring post too, are you? Like, no, dude, look, I'm the Pennsylvania champion. I wouldn't do
I'm
that.
the champ.
Welcome to the wreck. We came for the wreck. We came for the wreck. Hit me harder.
Sweet dreams you can't resist. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. A dream as sweet as this. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Creamy white, dreamy white. Nestle makes the very best. N-E-S-T-L-E-S. Sweet dreams you can't resist.
Tired of the same boring wrestling podcast? Need something with attitude, chaos, and maybe just a little cussing? That's STSpod.club, and we got it all covered. We've got wrestling weirdness with WTF News Desk, 5-minute time limit, and the southern fried brain of me, BT, steering the whole ship. We also have rolling into Memphis every week about the current Memphis wrestling. Interviews, hot takes, and wrestling outrageousness so wild it might get you banned in 12 states. That's right, it's SDSpod.club, or search all podcast catchers for Shooting the Shiznit, where wrestling podcasts grow chest hair. Not sure what that meant. Love my mama.
Why leave anything on your front lawn, under your porch, on the side of the highway where you can store all that stuff my way, down here at Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Car Storage? Now, I know y'all got stuff at your house that you don't need no more, you don't want. You know you ain't gonna use that printer. Why keep it all around your house? Bring it down here to my house. You ain't the Dukes of Hazzard. You know ain't gonna use that ugly yellow luggage. You don't need all this crap. What you gonna do with this? This is not what it... In my yard, I don't care. I'll store this motorcycle in that van for you for $10.99 a month. You got old tires. They charge you $3 for that old tire. You can rent a truck. You can store a car. They don't care. Bring it on down here. You ain't got to put that old tire for $3. For less than that. Hell, for you, for $3 they gonna charge you. I do it down here for $1.50 down here at Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Storage Facility. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how in the hell can he store this stuff for such a cheap price? This in a box, mark it for you, put it away, seal it. The fact of the matter is, I'm pretty drunk right now and store it at Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Car Facility. You got an elephant, I got space. Send me smoke signals. You got weed, and I'll store anything you want. Go ahead and give me a call or find me on them internets at www.jonesbigasstruckrentalstorage.com. That's JONES Big Ass Truck Rentals and Storage.com. This is a bus. You know how big a bus is?
June 19th, we got a street fight, we got a cat fight. Yeah, a street fight, Stevie Wonderful and Rebel. Look me straight in the eye, Rebel, because it's not going to be pretty the 19th, buddy. There's probably going to be blood. There's probably going to be broken bones. You know what? There's no way to train for this fight except to go to the Bronx, New York, 12 o'clock midnight on 60th Street. That's the only way you're going to learn how to survive in that ring, Rebel. So I suggest you get there. Tiger, you got to worry about her.
And honey, you better think about not even showing up, because I am serious. You are going to get your butt kicked. And it happens to be Sandman's birthday, so we're going to be out partying that night over there.
June 19th, street fight, cat fight, Sandman, Peaches. What a night. See ya.
See ya. Like it's...
Got that rhyme in there. Good job, Stevie. Street fight, cat fight. What a night. See ya. Hell yeah. That's our boy right there.
That is.
I wish Stevie Wonderful would have went to Memphis at some point. Come on, Stevie. Don't come out here with all that C and nonsense.
I'm ready for a music change.
You ain't kidding.
Apparently, there's a lot of situations at hand. First situation, Philadelphia. Wake up, the bell, Liberty Bell stranding again. The match of the century. You know what? I'm going to challenge the son of Philadelphia. You know what I'm going to challenge? That in my case, I got one guy I see many times on TV. He stole my name. Sylvester Stallone. I'm telling you this. I challenge you a wrestling match, a boxing match. I wrestle anything. But are you ready for me? I don't know. And that is on TV. I'm telling you. I'm challenging you. Sylvester Stallone, the movie star. I am a movie star. I am the best man ever come in Philadelphia. Now, here's another thing also. He's got two big men in here in the ECW. Two big masked men. He left the mask in the dressing room, and I got the mask and I put it in my head, and I went around the ring. You know why? Because the kids love that, and I love it. And what happened to me? He jumped on me. Nobody make fun of me. Big wrestler. Big mask. Big muscle. But I'm telling you, I be in Philadelphia, the belly's got a crack.
It's like whoever's doing this graphics is reading my mind right now. Like,
He's come to Philadelphia.
oh, that wasn't the exact verbiage I was thinking. It's more like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Fuck is this guy babbling about?
So,
Sal Balomo, he's a wild man.
I mean, I understand Bullet Bob Ortiz. Eddie Gilbert's having too much fun giving these guys nicknames and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's always room for like a little comic relief on shows, and there's always been goofy characters, but like this Wild Man Balomo character does nothing for me at all. Like I'm not slightly amused by it. I'm not entertained by it. It's just like, get this shit off the screen. Like,
yeah, same here.
So, folks, if you've been watching this every week and you're like, hey, what the hell's Hunter Q. Robbins doing with the Suicide Blondes? Well, you didn't miss anything. This is exactly how it happened on TV. He just suddenly appears with them. On commentary, you would hear... There he is. You'd hear Jay Sully kind of contemplating what he's doing out there, and then it'll all come together at the end of this match. So, don't worry. Thank God, because I was just thinking, Brandon, there hadn't been enough Tommy Cairo on this show. Let's double down on some Iron Man here.
And just a little bit more.
Oh.
Anywhere but Philadelphia.
There you go. I mean, now, granted, Hunter Q. Robbins fits in with the Suicide Blondes a lot better, I guess, than he did the Super Destroyers to some degree. But
Super D's.
Like I said, he's a very good friend of both Hot Body and Candido's. He likes them personally. I don't know if there's officially an alliance. The only thing I can tell right now is that
I don't know if there's an alliance, but it's not a dangerous one, I can tell you that. That's our group.
I wouldn't actually say yet that he's their manager, but I wouldn't say that he's not either.
Well, what happened to Hunter Q. Robbins representing the Super Destroyers?
What happened? Why don't you tell me? I didn't know that anything happened to it. He obviously still manages the Super
Suicide
Destroyer.
Trolls.
And he still now has some sort of vested interest in Candido and Hot Body.
The Suicide Blondes.
The hottest tag team in ECW.
That's right. They rolled in, and within 2 weeks, they took the tag team titles, and they're just taking the world by storm here in 1993.
He's doing his job for me.
Whatever, Paulie. All right, let's head up to
Glenn Osborne looks a little more haggard every time we see him.
It does.
Yeah, well, you think correctly.
Thank you, Paulie.
You're welcome, Sully.
Oh, shoulder block by Glenn Osborne on Christopher Candido. Yeah, no, wasn't too much of a
So we're trying to make sure we got some stakes at every match here. We had a freaking battle royal for tag titles. We had Road Warrior Hawk, who's fresh off of national TV. That's a handicap match. Now we got the tag titles on the line. We're gonna have a world title rematch. We're doing our best here to make all the matches seem like, oh shit, we got to stay and watch this whole show. We don't want to miss anything.
Right.
I don't know if it's working for everybody, but you see what they're trying to do anyway. You also see Candido run his own head in the hot body because Osborne didn't have a hold of it when he went to ram their heads together. But that's okay.
The Iron Man, Tommy Cairo, the new Pennsylvania State
Damn.
Champion in the ring. Wow, he just bellied him right onto the rib cage. Wham, and another one.
Everybody, look at this new move I learned this week. It's called a belly-to-belly suplex. Everybody's getting one.
Chris Candido fights back, though, with a nice boot to the midsection.
I was watching my Best of Magnum TA tape that I got at the flea market the other day, and
Not in the ruts.
Oh, it does. It most certainly does. And right now, Candido's in big trouble.
Guess he's been there a few times.
yeah.
Right here. Incredible, the suicide blow. Glenn Osborne and a nice clothesline on Sir Christopher Candido.
I hate to knock the guy because he seemed like such a nice guy in that interview that Bay did with him. It's like Osborne's almost a little worse every time we see him. You know what I mean? Like he's regressing or something. Oh shit.
Oh, nice move. Oh, what's that? Hunter Q. Robbins III. I thought you said he wasn't managing or wasn't involved. He was just friends.
Got 2 wore out in that battle royale.
Hell yeah. So I guess even though ECW isn't officially the land of no rules, the referee fucked up and seen him hit him with a cane and just had to warn him a couple of times, but still make the count. Because he was looking right at him when he hit him with the cane. What the fuck's Candido doing? He hangs himself up by his toes over there. Well, let's hear what Hunter Q. Robbins the Turd has to say here.
I have an announcement to make. It is my pleasure to now manage the greatest tag team champions to ever set foot in the ECW, the Suicide Bloods. And if that isn't enough, we've got something to sweeten the deal.
That could be a true statement at this point.
Yeah.
Introduce to you the third Suicide Blood,
What?
Sir Richard Michaels.
And the crowd goes mild.
Yes, they're like, and who the fuck is that?
Don't they just look fine? That's it.
Well, he's not off to a good start. He blew the freaking high five spot. He missed the one with Candido. This isn't good.
Super Destroyers. Oh, well, guys, I didn't know you were supposed to be out here tonight.
I think Sir Richard Michaels has got his hair done by whoever does Stevie Wonderfuls.
We were the champions for 2.5 years.
I thought we were getting another Von Erich cousin there for a minute.
No matter what you say, these people can attest to it. We held those belts.
It's not the voice I expected to come out of that mask, to be honest with you.
No kidding. No kidding. Or the cadence or anything.
But you're still my boys. How can I have my boys go up against my boys? I mean, it's all in the...
It's too many boys.
Listen, we can go against anybody we please. You know why?
You know why?
Fired.
You're fired. Well, that wasn't dramatic at all. You're fired.
Get going. Get out of here.
He's no Mr. McMahon, that's for sure.
Oh, incredible, fans.
Wow.
The Super Destroyers, who have just fired Hunter Q. Robbins III as their manager, are in the rings now with the Suicide Blondes, the third Suicide Blonde. Chris Michaels in the ring as well. The Super Destroyers cleaning house. They've taken care of Hunter Q. Robinson.
So you attack them 3-on-2, and instantly they're at the disadvantage.
Right.
Oh,
I've never seen somebody walk up to somebody and just try to push their shoulder into them, especially when they're twice as big as they are. Oh, shit.
The Super Destroyer standing tall here, folks, in the ECW.
Wow, and people are actually cheering for him, huh? Who would have thought that would have worked?
Incredible action here, folks. The Super Destroyer.
We've taken about everything we can.
Just about.
Gordon, we want you up here, baby. Guess what? Right now.
Calling the president of the ECW.
President of
Todd Gordon to the ring.
ECW. Let's go.
Must have some kind of announcement.
Listen, we did a lot for this organization.
This
We
organization.
did everything we had to do. We even went against each other for the draw a while ago, and you know as well as I do. We won a match with these guys to retain our belts.
To retain
And we
them.
won it.
Regain them? Is that the word you're looking for, dude? Because if they retain them, you're fucked.
Super Destroyer is demanding a title match with the Suicide Blondes. Asking Todd Gordon, the president of the ECW, for that match. I think he's yet to make a decision yet here, folks, but the Super Destroyers are clearing the ring of the Suicide Blondes. Let's see what President Todd Gordon has to say.
Super Destroyer 1 and 2. Eastern Championship Wrestling is a fans federation. You want a title match? We'll sign it right here next week.
Well, I tell you, Todd, I'm not real happy about losing this belt.
We did a lot for this organization. Like, what are they, the Boy Scouts of America? Like, this organization. Like, yeah, don't. That's why they had a manager, dude. They didn't need to talk. Like, oh shit, we're right into it.
Right into it.
Match joined in progress. So they cut out the first 8 minutes of Muraco walking and talking and getting in and out of the ring. Well, we know. Well, see, look how far down the zipper is. That's about 6 minutes into the match.
We got less shiny looking gear though this time.
Yeah, he has changed his gear. I do prefer the
Greasy
black and silver than that other.
He's got this vanilla ice thing going with his hair where it's like darker on the bottom too.
And I'll say it again.
That's true.
I don't think so.
I'm hoping somebody made him get a new surf outfit where the zipper only goes down so far, so there's no chance of any surprise appearances from Little Sandy, as we come to call him.
Sandy.
Grind up. So much for that side headlock. Up, he's got it back on, but Don Muraco back with a nice elbow to the midsection. Whips the Sandman into the ropes. Nice step over by the Sandman. Oh!
What a kick right into the throat. Did you see that? The point of his foot, the big toe right into the throat.
So we've got Eddie Gilbert sitting in on commentary and not Stevie.
I think that's cheating, Eddie Gilbert, isn't it? You're allowed to put the boots to the man if you want to.
I really don't like here besides you.
Who's that?
Todd Gordon.
And why don't you like the president of the ECW, Eddie
Because
Gilbert?
first off, he's not the president. I'm the president. I'm the king. I'm the head man.
Not only the president, he's also the client.
And he has no business coming
I'm
out
also a member.
I am not the king.
The president decrying that you are not the king.
Hey,
Well, look at
10 years from now, you'll be addressing me as the
little
president
Kev
of
is
the United
reffing the
States.
main event here.
I have to gain my
It's almost like he's in with the booker or something.
The whole world, Paul E. dangerously at ringside.
keeping a watchful eye over the champion, the magnificent one.
Well, that's an ironic statement. Best brand in the whole world. For now.
Terry Funk was a smart man. He'd get out of Dodge before June 19th. You know what I'm talking about, Jay
I
Sully?
know exactly what you're talking about. Terry Funk will be here June 19th, and Terry Funk will be in that ring with you on June 19th, and it's going to be a Texas Chain Match Massacre, the likes that Philadelphia has never seen, Eddie Gilbert.
And the winner will be crowned.
And this was the good parts of the match.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we'll skip to the action, and this is the action. The 7-minute headlock here. So just imagine what they decided to cut out of this.
Everyone in Veterans Stadium to stand up and love me like they do.
Well, you're going to have to make that announcement because somehow I don't think that's going to happen, Eddie Gilbert.
Doggone right.
Kevin Lawler's like, get off the apron, go put a shirt on. You don't have enough to fill that bra to make anybody else. get distracted.
Peach is also with a new wardrobe.
Yeah.
Less wardrobe.
Less.
June 19th here at the ECW Arena.
But Sandy, you got a new shirt. I want a new shirt. Just show your bra.
Dangerously will be in my corner that night too.
Oh, I'm sure the fans are thrilled to hear
It
that.
exposes why she never got signed to the WWF at any point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's her
You know,
boobs,
there's
Bruce?
really crazy, stupid, idiotic people in this city.
For example,
It took a lot of
Oh,
money to get
big
me
knee
here, you know
lift.
what I mean?
Big knee up in there.
Oh, look at that. Don's trying to get him to breathe a little bit easier there in the corner. You
Joking.
see that?
Joking the Sandman
Now, come
now.
on, Paul. Wake him up a little bit here.
Paulie dangerously now doing what he does best. Choking the Sandman down with that telephone.
Where's the first lady now? Where's the first lady now? Why don't she help her man?
She's up at ringside trying to alert the
When you think
referee.
about like what ECW becomes, and then you start naming off all the champions, it's so weird that Don Muraco's in that lineage of. I mean, Don Muraco, great wrestler in his day, but at this point, he doesn't need to be champion of anything, you know. Like,
No kidding.
I wouldn't have any problems there, would I? I don't really care, to be honest.
even Herb Abrams didn't put his title on him, and
The self-proclaimed king of Philadelphia. Well,
The
we'll
people
find
love
out.
me. The people love me.
Yeah, I don't get that. I remember the WWF era of Muraco. That's
I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, all right?
all I ever saw of him.
Unbelievable, fans. These two wrestlers going toe
and
to toe in the
you
middle
know,
of the ring here. The Sandman,
and even him at his prime, not necessarily what you think of as an ECW champion, but yeah, and I understood putting the TV title on Snuka. Like, all right, he's an old name, we'll get one title on a name, but then when you put the TV title and then the heavyweight title on Muraco, it's like,
What the fuck are we doing here?
that's more of the same, you know. At least you got the tag titles on Candido and Johnny Hotbody that can actually, you know, provide some action in their matches, and maybe that's why they invented this Pennsylvania title, just so they could have one belt on a babyface and put it on Tommy Cobb, Mr. Belly to Belly Suplex himself.
Sandman's been with that Jack LaLanne workout training regimen.
I see the Sandman does have a new wetsuit or a new outfit on.
I guess so. That was that stretched out.
That Sandman's in fine shape. Whips Muraco across the ring. Oh, kind of telegraphed that back body drop.
Oh, here it is. There's the hot spot. Abdominal stretch.
Look at Peaches coming up on the apron. Look at that. Peaches trying to interfere in the match. I can't believe it. What a first lady you have here.
Don Muraco with an abdominal stretch on the Sandman with Paulie dangerously there, adding a little bit of extra leverage with the referee's back turned. What do you say to that, Eddie Gilbert?
Is that what that is? An abdominal stretch? Really?
Or a
I
great
don't think I've ever used that one. Is that what that is? How did you get that on him there?
You're the
Let's
wrestling
point this
expert
out.
here, Eddie Gilbert. Why don't you tell me?
Oh, thank you, Jay. Thank you. You actually said, you're that Philadelphia, the wrestling expert. You know what ECW stands for, by the
Boy,
way.
this is some old school heat right here. The referee turned around and the manager grabbing his hand in an abdominal stretch.
Just call me King. Thank you.
Don Muraco
For
continues to have this,
additional leverage, as Lord Alfred Hayes would say.
move on the Sandman here in the center of the ring. It's a submission hold. We're waiting for the Sandman to
Does that really make it hurt worse?
possibly give up, but he's a
Pulling on the hand, I wonder.
I don't think he will.
Who is that?
I don't think I ever put anybody in abdominal stretch the entire time I wrestled.
I heard Sandman say I give up all the way up here. So did you.
Oh, again, Paulie dangerously got a
Oh, big
Oh, he
reversal.
flipped it around.
Hell yeah. Now Peaches has got to get up there and... Oh.
Up with a short arm clothesline on the champion. What's he doing? The Sandman's left the ring. Looks like he's going to go
That's
after
his mistake.
Paulie.
That's his mistake. He should keep. He better not hit my buddy.
There comes Muraco.
Oh.
From behind, a Pearl Harbor chop.
They hit him with the phone? Yeah, he hit him with the phone.
Sandman from behind. All he was
That's
trying
fair.
to do was protect Miss Peaches.
An eye for an eye.
Miss
tooth for a tooth.
Peaches.
There we go, fans. The referee looks like he's got to a count of 10. Yes, it is. The Sandman's been counted out. Unbelievable. Don Muraco.
That was a
Paulie
fat
dangerously
seconds.
remaining the ECW.
That's right. And one last
heavyweight
word,
champion.
please. Terry Funk, get ready. June 19th. I will be the king of Philadelphia.
All right, folks, we got to get out of here, but be sure to tune in next week when we've got Road Warrior.
They really beat that date into your head.
Man, they did.
Which that's, you know, that's advertising 101. Repetition, repetition, repetition.
Right here.
No
I'm
doubt.
going to be in a Texas Chain Match exhibition match right here. We are going to have a Texas Chain Match right here on television next week, right?
Last week I complained about how little that we were seeing of Eddie Gilbert and how little of, talk there was about this match, and I really put it in on this one.
Yeah, it's almost like what happens on the USWA show where we complain about something, and next week it's like they changed based on our complaints. It happened 30-something years ago, but
Hot ECW.
yeah, get ready for some hot ECW action next week. Well, that went by fast, dude. That was really a quick episode of what happened. There you go. That was a quick episode right there, but action packed. Other than till we got to. Thank God we started that match in progress. Good Lord.
Yeah, no kidding. That was rest hold after rest hold.
But in past weeks it felt like we were struggling to fill time. We're replaying matches in full, and job matches that shouldn't have lasted 2 minutes are going 5 and 6 minutes. And this show moved quickly, and even us sitting here watching it, I looked at the time like, wow, okay, that's it. It's already over. So what do you think, man? Are we heading in a good direction still? I think so.
Yeah, I do too, man. I like we were talking about with the USWA show, where we're always putting bullshit squash matches and so forth on TV, to try to get to the Coliseum. We're putting the big matches on TV. Well, bigger matches, the big lead-in matches, I guess, for the main events. I kind of dig it. This one felt totally different, man. Totally different show.
And so we know coming out of this show, we've got one more TV to lead us into the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular, tongue twister of a title.
Absolutely.
But we know coming out of this one, we've got the tag team title match next week. Super Destroyers are going to challenge the Suicide Blondes. We heard the challenge laid down and accepted. We're going to see Terry Funk against the Dark Patriot in a chain match. And now we just heard Eddie Gilbert say that he's going to have a chain match, exhibition match with somebody next week. We don't know who that's going to be, but that should be interesting. And we know that we're going to have Terry Funk and Eddie Gilbert in the same place at the same times with chains attached to both of them at different times. So something's got to happen there. So, I'm excited. I'm excited for that TV, and then I'm excited to get to the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular. That should be
absolutely
a lot of fun. And then, this has been weeks leading up to this, and that'll kind of be a reset. So it's going to be really interesting to see where we go on the other side of that, because there's been, most of the time when USWA is another animal because it changes every week. We're building to Monday. We're building to Monday. We're building to Monday. But shows like this where we've had the Super Summer Sizzler coming off in the distance and we've been promoting it for a few weeks, but just a little heavier. There's been some pretty big shifts here at the last minute. This whole Super Destroyers are baby faces, and Hunter Key Robbins switches teams, and we've got new tag champs. We got the former tag champs who now split apart. We know they're going to be fighting at the event. We got a new Pennsylvania champion, Tommy Cairo, whatever that's going to mean for us. And I almost didn't mention it, even though we know in reality, work-wise, it's not going to be a banger, as the kids say. But we've also got Road Warrior Hawk challenging for the freaking TV title next week. So
yeah, forgot about that too.
I feel like that's going to be another fast-paced show because that's going to be a lot to get into under an hour with commercials. And again, we've got 2 different title matches, and chain or the debut. Dark Patriot is debuting in a chain match with Terry Funk.
How fucking awesome is that?
What bigger spot could you come into a promotion with? So that's pretty cool.
It feels like they're throwing everything they can at it.
Yeah. I like it. I like it because it, and the first few weeks felt like I don't know, it was very subpar. I mean, you could see was promise for the future, but not a lot. Like those, if I didn't know anything about it, like if I'd just turned that on in 1993 with no knowledge of where this was going, yeah, I'd be like, well, it's wrestling, but all right. If I happen to flip through and catch it, I'll watch it next week. But I'm not changing any plans for it, you know.
Yeah.
So like I say, these past 2 episodes, the way they've built it the week before, coming out of this show, I'm definitely going to be in front of my TV next week to see these matches without a doubt, or I'm setting my VCR at the very least.
Yep.
And that's what ECW 95 became for me. You know, like I've talked about, it was coming on at 1 a.m. on Sports South. And so usually I would try to get back to the dorm and watch it. But if we were going out and doing something, whatever, I would set the VCR to record. And then I would be, you know, I'd get in that night, get up Saturday morning and watch that before I'd then watch USWA live at 11, you know, to see what happened.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that's so far. That was so long ago, you know, that we used to do that, man. I spent so much time setting up VHS players to record it, you know, certain things. And gosh, man, it's crazy now. Everything's just at our fingertips. And
do you remember that gut shot feeling you would get when, like, the one that hits me the most? Like, I used to love when I was a kid when it come time for a WCW Clash of the Champions, because they'd be like on Wednesday night in the middle of the week, you get a big live 2-hour TV show and some cool main event match. And I would always watch them live. But one time I had a school function I had to go to and set the VCR to record, and it was out of town, so we weren't going to get back until it was over with. And it stormed like hell. So it was a brutal trip over there back and forth with my parents. But then the power went out during 10 minutes into the show. Power goes out. That's all I had of the tape. There was luckily there was like a replay like 3 days later, late at night or something. But as far as that night coming home, I was going to stay up late and watch it. And get home, everything in the house is blinking. Like, you know, back in the day, you go in, in the house, and the damn clocks are blinking. Like, oh no,
you knew the power had been out.
Oh yeah, hell no. And I can't remember which Clash that was, but boy, I mean, I was just sick. And that happened a few different times with a different, you know, wrestling shows or movies or some shit. You set to record, and then you have a little power flicker, and your whole night's fucked. And it's just. It's what it was back then, you know. I hate to always sound like, you know, the old dude, but like, man, today's kids, like, they just don't understand. Like, when I was growing up, you had to catch shit when it come on TV, and if you couldn't be there, you had to try to record it on a VHS tape. If you had a song you wanted to hear, the only option was sit and wait for it to come on the radio and record it, or go to the store and buy the whole damn album. The rest of the songs are probably going to suck. There may be one other good song on there. Yeah. But this shit to be able to just pick up a phone of all things
and have awesome quality, like, awesome, you know, CD quality
we couldn't even comprehend back then.
Right.
I mean, there's not a song on earth right now that if you took a notion to hear it, you could get it on your phone. There's really not a hell of a lot of TV shows, movies, or just about anything else.
Right. That you can't.
I mean, you had to pay for them if it's something more, you know, but you still can get it. You can have access to any fucking thing. I mean, like the excitement of, you know, when you're a kid and on a Friday night, and you go to the video store and you've been wanting this movie just came out. You want to say, oh God, I hope it's here. I hope it's here. Or a new video game come out. All right, I'm gonna get this son of a bitch and play it for the next 2 days, and I got to take it back on, you know, Sunday night or whatever. And I know it's cool to have all this access, but I don't know. I think they're kind of missing out on some things. Like, you know, I have very fond memories of that shit, and I don't know if it all would have meant as much if you just always had access to everything all the time. You know?
I don't think it would. I mean, music hasn't meant as much to me as it did 20 to 30 years ago. I mean, I'm still happy when an album comes out, but very rarely do I listen to the whole thing. I mean, you go to the trouble of going to the store and buying it and look at it and physically putting it in your hands. And there's something magical about that, man. you would read the covers, especially on albums and stuff, or on, cassettes, any of that. I would always pull the pamphlet out and read everything.
Hell yeah. And you loved it when the lyrics were in there, you get to one song like, what did it say right there? You get to
pull it back out and go back to it. I can tell you how many times I did that.
That's what he's saying? Okay, that ain't what it sounded like, yeah, man, like there's just, I don't know, there's so much that people don't experience now, but I mean, I'm sure when you tell them, some people, I think like, oh my God, that had to be awful. You could just watch anything you wanted anytime you wanted to and play any game you wanted, and not even have to pay for it half the time because you can get a bootleg version, or you can do bootleg versions. When when I was a kid, is when you got a movie where some asshole sat in a theater, recorded it with a camcorder, and every so often somebody would walk by in front of the camera, you'd hear people sneezing and coughing and talking, and that wasn't a great way to get things. So didn't mean to turn this in one of those holy God
nostalgia,
the old guys,
fucking old guys.
Well, I'm sorry, folks. That's what this whole channel is nostalgia. That's what we do here. So
that's right.
I figure you figured it out by now. Speaking of nostalgia, I've mentioned a few times before, but man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate our friend Bay Ragney, aka Chubby Dudley, joining our network and sharing these interviews with us that we're able to put out. Last week we talked about the Stevie Wonderful interview went up. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. Yes, break it up into shifts, pack a lunch, whatever. It's a long one, but there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of interesting stories. It answers a lot of questions that you're going to have watching these, like why did that happen? Where did he go? What's the reasoning behind this and that? And another one of those interviews that's much the same way dropped as you're getting this on Monday. It dropped on Sunday, and that's the interview with the Super Destroyers. Bay got both members of the Super Destroyers on the show and talked to them in their entire run, where they had that dominant year and a half as tag team champions. And then eventually they turn, and eventually, spoiler, they may just split up and masks may come off. There may be all kinds of shenanigans happen before it's all said and done. But Super Destroyers 1 and 2, aka AJ Bertrucci, who had did jobs on WWF for quite some time, famously. What comes to mind when I hear that name, when Roddy Piper came back as a babyface to the WWF in 86 after doing movies, he did a match where he said he could win a match with one arm tied behind his back, and he wrestled AJ Petrucci on Superstars Wrestling with one arm behind his back, and that name just always stuck out to me. The tag team partner, Doug Stahl, the other Super Destroyer, just passed away here within the past month, so hated to hear that, but we're getting to go back and see the prime of his career here. He wrestled for a long time, did a few different things, but obviously this was the shining moments of his career, being a part of ECW and being a original ECW original. And as I think we've mentioned before, to this day, they are the longest reigning ECW champions in history. And that never got broken throughout that entire run of ECW, not by the Gangsters, not by the Eliminators or any of the other top teams. And I guess they'll always have that, because ECW is not coming back, and even if it did, it's not the same. So
right,
he was able to take that record with him, and I think that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
So there's still a few more of those interviews that Bay did. I know there's one of Tommy Cairo, Tony Stetson, some of these main players here that we haven't heard from yet that he did, that it's going to be going up over the next few weeks. So make sure you check them out. And I'm going to try to get him back on here, in the future. We're definitely going to talk to him when we get to the stage where the Dudleys start to become a thing. He's already told me he'll come back on and talk about the whole concept behind the Dudleys and how they came together, what the initial concept of them was, and how that kind of evolved and changed over time. And and how the ECW that Easy Rider left in 1993 was completely different than the ECW he walked back into as Chubby Dudley. And I think that would be a fun perspective to hear,
Absolutely.
From somebody who's definitely there and lived it,
Yeah. Always love to listen to his shows too. It's great. He's a great listen.
Absolutely. He is. And as much as I wanted to be able to reach out to all these, ECW original guys and interview them, Bay knows these guys. He's known them forever. They're going to be a lot more comfortable with him. They're going to be a lot more open, honest, and forthcoming with them than they are just some stranger from fucking Alabama. and he knows all the right questions to ask. So again, can't thank him enough for sharing these with us, because I think they really offer a very interesting perspective as we go through and we watch these. And people can go back and they can watch it with us, hear our perspective, and then go back and hear the behind the scenes of what was actually happening. And man, it's we watch it, kind of knowing it, man, to hear kind of guys like Glenn Osborne and Johnny Hotbody and everybody, like, how it all went down in the back, how, like, this is what ECW was that first year and a half. And then all of a sudden it becomes a TV show. And then all of a sudden here comes Eddie. Things change pretty drastically, but then here comes Paul, and things really change. And and how sadly a lot of them unceremoniously were cast aside. And it's not fair, and a lot of it's not cool. And there's a lot to take in Stevie Wonderful's story, Stephen Truitt, if you will. And I've got to go through and listen to it again. I've read transcripts before to kind of get through it quick, to kind of have some insight before we started these shows. But I want to go back and kind of hear it in his voice, because boy, just reading some of it, you're just like, oh my God, that's how that went down. Like, this poor guy,
Yeah.
And I'm sure it probably kind of puts a dark cloud over some of what should be really happy memories for him. I'm sure you can't help but kind of look back on that somewhat, bitter in some ways, especially for these guys who laid the foundation. And then, like, Paul comes in, it's like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks.
See ya.
Exactly. Perfect right there. That is exactly what they heard.
You can really tell in Stevie's interview how much a lot of that hurt, and how hard it's for him to talk about a lot of that stuff, man. I mean, it was a big deal. He'd got promised the world, and obviously that never came to fruition. But sad deal. He has a good story, and everything turns out for the good. But that's just kind of a sad chapter, the whole end of ECW and all that for him.
Well, because he's not just some guy who got booked. Hey, come be the announcer. Like, he helped put this thing together. Like, he had money involved. He had, he creatively sat down and just come up with the concept. He created most of the music, that you hear that isn't, if it's not a song you recognize commercially, Hot Stuff when Eddie comes out, things like that, it's probably something Stevie Wonderful made, because he was a musician. That's how he became involved. And then, somebody who knew him reached out to him because he was a musician, and oh yeah, you're a wrestling fan too. And then he's all into it because he come in on the tri-state side of things, the Joel Goodhart side.
Right.
And then when they're starting to build ECW, he's like, hell yeah, I'm in. And then all of a sudden he's out. And it's not fair, but fuck, even Todd Gordon kind of ended up like that to some degree. I mean, he was around a lot longer, and but at the end of the day, he still kind of just got left in the cold by the way it all went down. But again, we don't want to get too far ahead of the story. But that's one of the interesting things about it is there's two different stories. There's the stories they told on camera, and then there's the stories of what went on behind the camera. And at different stages of ECW, it's kind of a toss-up on which one's more interesting, more intriguing, and more unbelievable. You know, like some of the shit they did in the ring was not as strange and head scratching as some of the shit that took place behind
went on the background. That's right.
And, that's what makes shows like this fun, because we can talk about it both equally.
Yeah.
And
it's starting to get a lot more interesting. Everything's we're starting to have a lot more to talk about, and there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. And it's all the way around getting more fun.
Yeah, it's no longer a struggle. Like, what's there to say about that? You know,
right?
They beat him up for 7 minutes, and then Superfly did a splash. Yay! Okay, moving on. But so we're almost. I mean, we were just right in so close we can touch it here as far as the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular, and so I'm looking forward to us sitting down and watching that with whoever may end up joining us for that. And next week's TV is going to be fun. And like I said, we'll see where it goes from there. But folks, I know I teased it last week. Me and Brandon talked about this before we got on the show. We are going to sit down this week and record our bonus show about the Rockin' Rebel and that whole dreadful story of his life and the end of it. And sadly, the end of Stephanie's life as well. And it's not a fun story to tell, but if you're going to cover ECW to the lengths that we are, it's a story that I think has to be told. And I think it just needs to be told over here to the side. Let's sit down, let's tackle this, and then let's move past it, you know, because you don't want that cloud hanging over every episode he's involved with, because he's around for a while.
Gotcha.
Not a long time, but probably longer than he should have been.
Longer than we'd probably like for him to be.
Yeah, even without all the bad things, there's probably some guys who should have stuck around longer than he did and didn't for whatever reason. So look forward to that. I don't know if it will be released this week, but we're going to get it recorded this week, and then I'll figure out where it fits into the schedule, and we'll get it out there to you. And I don't know exactly. May just be a Patreon bonus show, but if there's enough interest, if everybody seems to want to hear it, we'll get it. We'll get it to everybody. So until next week,
see ya.
Come on now, to the left, to the right. Let's do this dance.